ESO Daily. I am your host, Mr. Craven. All right, so I figured today I would go ahead and give a brief overview or a review of the Imperial City sewers and districts. Now, this is just for new players who have not experienced this DLC, who are looking to get into sewer PvP or district PvP or farming Tel-var, so on and so forth. So if you already know this, you might want to skip this video, but if you don't, I'm going to go ahead and fill you in. Now, I am in the Imperial City sewers. Now, if you're wondering where the Imperial City sewers is, it's in Cyrodiil. So to access this, you need the DLC first, and then you want to go ahead and go to Cyrodiil. When you go inside Cyrodiil, you're going to see entry points. So there's one over here, there's one over by Chalman, and then there's one between Roback and Alicia. Okay, so that's how you access the sewers. Once you get in here, you're going to be able to access the districts. Now, it's kind of important to understand what the districts are and what they do for you, especially if you're going to go farming here. So in this map, you're going to see a map of the districts. So there are different districts going on here. So we have, for example, Memorial District, we have Arena District, we have the Arbitorium, we have the Temple, we have Nobles, and of course we have Elven Gardens. Now, if you notice, there's different colors going on in each district. If your faction controls that district, that gives you a boost to your Tel-var. Now, what is Tel-var? Tel-var is a currency that you can use in the sewers to purchase many different things, and including in Dragon Bones DLC, the boxes for your homes or the storage containers for your houses. So it's becoming a very popular thing once again. It was really kind of smart on Zos's behalf to implement this system, this alternative system besides crafting writs, for players who want to go ahead and try to access that. Now, a couple of things that you need to know. Anything that you grab in the districts will affect your Tel-var farming in the sewers. So you don't have to PvP in the districts to get Tel-var. You can actually go inside the sewers and farm for Tel-var. But keep in mind, if a player kills you, you lose 50% of that Tel-var. If an NPC kills you, you lose 50% of that Tel-var. Now in the sewers, you run a bigger risk because not besides players and Nightblades lurking around, you'll also have flag bosses. Now there's 1, 2, and 3 flag bosses. 1 flags are pretty easy. It can be taken out, depending on, the player or players. 2 flags give you a little bit more challenge, and then 3 flags can be pretty rough. But as long as you know the mechanics and you know what you're doing, you'll survive. The major problem or the scariest thing is, once again, avoiding players. Now, also what you want to do, if you're wanting the achievements, you can go to the center of the sewers, and this is where you can summon Molag Bal. Now, if you beat him, you have a chance at getting, a skin, a pet, so on and so forth. You get a new color, and there's gates around the center area, and that's how you go ahead and get Molag Bal to appear. So there's that. So every faction has a own side to their sewers. So on this side of the sewers is Ebonheart Pack. I want to say that this should be DC, I'm thinking, and over here I think is AD. So every faction has their own side, but that doesn't stop players from entering your side of the sewers, because as long as they get through the center hub, they can traverse into your portion of the sewers, and that's where the PvP conflict will continue. So that's what you just need to know about the sewers. As far as the districts, one big tip I would give you if you're going to go ahead and PvP in the districts. Now, if you're farming, it's great, right? You're farming for Tel-var, you want your lock boxes, but one thing you want to keep out for, and this is a big warning, is flag stalkers. Okay, so for example, right here, the Arbitorium is blue. So if I wanted to boost up my Tel-var, I would go ahead and say we have 3 or 2 points. So there's 33% times 2. There's 66%. But I want more Tel-var. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to the Arbitorium and cap this point so I can increase my Tel-var percentage. That's all in good in theory. However, you could have PvP stalkers. So there's 3 NPCs guarding the flag. Not much of a problem for most players to take out. But the big deal is sometimes Nightblades will stalk the flag waiting for you to go there, stun you, and let the NPCs help them kill you. So heads up, it's always best to usually take a friend. Trying to go ahead down here by yourself, you run a lot of risk. So just a heads up. Also, while you're down here and you're killing NPCs, you can also earn frags that you would typically earn in White Gold Tower and ICP. Now, what frags are, this is another form of currency that you can exchange in the chest, in the dungeon, and you can get the gear associated like Spell Power Cure, Leeching Plate, Sheer Venom, so on and so forth. So this is really high valued materials because they also can be sold on guild vendors. So once again, really cool. Now, let's say you end up with Tel-var. What are you going to do with the Tel-var? Well, then you come into your sewer base, and now you can go ahead and purchase it with lockboxes or direct currency. So right here is a gold vendor. So now we're used to be able to get a box and get random pieces. Now you can just purchase it for 100k Tel-var. Also, you could come over here to the Tel-var lockbox merchant, and this is how you acquire the weapons and the off pieces for the sets that you're wanting. Like, Black Rose, Powerful Assault, so on and so forth. Okay, and then of course, if you want the gear without the the risk, then you come to these 2 vendors, and they'll have your gear. And that's how you use your Tel-var. And then here's your random merchant, where you can buy your lockboxes and so on and so forth.
I said I wanted to serve them.
Okay, so I figured I just want to go ahead and do the video. Also, keep in mind that you don't want large groups. There are bosses in the districts. Those are a great way of farming Tel-var. But keep in mind, if you run a larger group, then the other factions also try to get larger group to push you out. Once again, if you die, you will lose 50% of that Tel-var. All right. If anybody has any questions or comments, please post below. I want to thank you for watching, and once again and always, have a nice day.